Yo guys, this is Deathfire coming at you with another YouTube video. This video is on the New Hampshire spar buoy system. Now, if you're new to the spar buoy system, fear not, because I'm going to teach you a trick to easily remember how to navigate, or which side to navigate when coming across these types of buoys. Now, there are 4 major buoys, and we're going to jump into them in just a sec. But before we do, I just want to say that there is a requirement in order to properly navigate on lakes like Winnipesaukee or Winnisquam. And that is a compass and a map. You'll need the compass to navigate around the red top buoys and the black top buoys. Without a compass, you're going to have a hard time. So please, please, please get a compass if your boat doesn't already have one built in. And definitely pick up a proper map for whatever lake or body of water that you're planning to boat on. Specifically, a map with the buoys already in it. And most of those maps also come with little dots which indicate the best path to travel when coming across these buoys. A specific map that comes to mind is a Beizer map. They are probably the best maps that you can get when navigating on Lake Winnipesaukee or Winnisquam, so definitely check them out. But yes, get a compass before even thinking about getting on the water. So with that said, let's talk about the 2 easiest buoys to remember, and that is the solid red and the solid black buoys. Now, these buoys simply mark a well-defined channel, and when you come across them, you want to stay between them. Usually they come in sets of 3s or more, and as you can see in this graphic, there's land on the left and right, so the buoys are indicating the deepest part of that channel that we should be navigating in. When you run into these, usually it's before a bridge or after a bridge, or when you're going through an area where there's 2 islands next to each other, or a very narrow inlet or outlet. Now, when you see these, if there's enough room, try and stay on the right side. That way that oncoming boats can pass by. And another common courtesy is to go to no wake speeds. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. If it's a rocky area, you don't want to be going super fast, because if something goes wrong, a wave hits you, you might drive your boat into a rock or one of the buoys. So be nice. And also keep in mind that there's probably going to be kayakers and canoers on the sides, or fishermen. So if you're going really fast and causing wake, you could be disturbing the water for everybody else. So stay to the right and drive slow. The next set of buoys to remember are the ones that require a compass, and that is the white bottom with black top and the white bottom with red top. Now, as you can see in this graphic, this indicates which sides of the buoy you need to be on. Red, you want to be on the west or south side, and black, you want to be on the north or east side. Now, on the Boater Ed website, the site where you go to get your boating license, boating certificate, I forgot what it's called. These are the definitions that they have on there. So I'm just going to read it off for you guys. If heading east or west, you want to be on the north side of the black buoy. And if heading north or south, you want to travel on the east side of this buoy. For the red top buoy, if heading east or west, you want to be on the south side of this buoy. And if heading north or south, you want to be on the west side of this buoy. Now, I know what you're saying, or know what you're thinking rather. How the heck do I remember this? Well, here's a little trick that I learned years ago that I think will help you guys out a lot. Think of it this way. Red is hot, and the southwest is usually hot. So when you come across a red buoy, stay on the south or west side. Obviously, it depends on the direction that you're heading, but south or west for red. Now black. Black is cold, just like the northeast. So when you come across a black or blacktop buoy, you want to stay on the north or east side. It's pretty much that easy. But I know it can take a little while to wrap your head around which side to be on, depending on the direction that you're heading in. But as long as you remember that trick, it should make things 10 times easier. Now let's jump into a quick example. Over here you can see an island, and you can see this make-believe compass that's indicating that north is this direction. Now let's say that we are heading east in our boat, and we come across this red buoy. Well, with what we just learned, if heading east or west, we want to stay on the south side of that buoy. So that means that we want to go down and underneath that buoy when possible. Now, this example is very basic and very straightforward. And for the most part, you're going to run into situations like this all across Lake Winnipesaukee and Winnisquam. But there are some cases where there's multiple buoys and it's not straightforward. That's where a map comes in, because they have the dots that indicate the best way to travel. It really helps out in those hairy situations where you're not really comfortable with the buoy system yet, and you forgot the trick that I just taught you. Now here's an example of the blacktop buoy. Now let's say that we are down here and we're heading north, but we want to head east. So we're heading up, and we see this buoy. Well, do we go underneath it? Do we go to the left of it? No. If we're heading north or south, we want to stay on the east side of it. And if we are heading east or west, we want to stay on the north side of it. So we're simply going around it. It's that straightforward. Now another situation is if we're in the north here and we are heading down. Now we see this buoy right here. Which side should we be on? Well, if we're heading north or south, we want to be on the east side of it. So we would go around it. And again, this is where a compass comes into play. If you don't have a compass and you're not in a straightforward situation like this, then you might make a horrible mistake and run into some ground that you wouldn't have if you had a compass. Oh. So now let's merge the two examples together, and let's say that we are up here and we're heading south. Well, if we're heading south, then this makes it really easy, because the black indicates that we want to be on the east side of it, and the red indicates that we want to be on the west side of it. So we basically just go straight down. Now let's say that we are over here on the east side, and we want to go up here on the northwest side. Well, as we are heading this way, we come across this red buoy. Well, we're heading northwest, so we want to stay on the south side of this buoy, because west or east indicates south. Now we are going up, and we see the black buoy. Now the black buoy obviously indicates that we want to stay on the east side of it, so we would do like a giant S. Again, this is really straightforward and simple, but there are situations that are very, very complicated, so please get a map and a compass. Now here is a very small clip of the Visor map. This is a specific area on Lake Winnipesaukee, otherwise known as FL30. This place is notorious for having rocks and people not properly using the buoys. As you can see, the red diamonds indicate the red top buoys, and the black diamonds indicate the black top buoys. And all of these little stars, they symbolize rocks, and the blue indicates very shallow waters. And like I mentioned earlier, when you get a map like this, it also has these little dots, and that indicates the best possible way to navigate this particular part of the map. So if you're ever caught in a hairy situation, for example over here, and you forgot everything that I just taught you, or your compass broke, you could use this map to basically figure out where to go without running adrift and hitting a shoal. So this is why it's very important to have a compass and a map. But yeah, get familiar with your tools and try and memorize that tip that I told you. Red is warm, and so is the southwest. Black is cold, and so is the northeast. So I hope this helped you out, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like this video or you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And with that said, I hope you guys have a great summer boating. Maybe I'll see you out on the water. Peace out and have a good day.